This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Bad, Tom. I'm sick. I'm very sick.
Yeah, we're recording remotely. We're in adjoining rooms, but separated by a big
a moat.
5-inch thick piece of glass and moats on both sides. The moats, honestly, are there because we kept touching the glass.
Yeah.
And they just need to keep us away from it.
Also, I love the sound of running water, and it's a good thing. It's a good sound to have in the background of a podcast. I guess moats aren't running water, huh? I was thinking of a moat as like a lazy river.
You know what? I would say this, Tim. It depends on the moat. You could have a moat with running water.
Yeah, all
that
right.
seems more like maybe a high-end option. You know,
Yeah,
maybe once you've already put a down payment on a moat, they're like, and you assume that comes with running water. They're like, oh, you want running water? Oh, well, I got to bring the guy who does our running water systems out. He'll talk you through all those options.
I mean, it does seem a lot more complicated to have running water in a moat than just digging a hole and putting some water in it, right? And some alligators. Wait, moats, if they're going to have alligators in them, they shouldn't have running water, right? Or at least not rapidly running water.
No, but you need some fresh water coming through there, or else you're just gonna have a moat full of dead alligators after probably a week or two.
Yeah, don't want that. So we're recording remotely because I'm sick.
Yeah.
And my baby son is also sick, Tom. The two of us are just a bunch of sickies, and it stinks. But I'm not gonna bring that sickness into a communal space, Tom, or your home.
Yeah, right.
So I'm holed up, and you're tickled by the fact that I'm recording from my bedroom.
Yeah, because normally when we record remotely, you're recording from the office, but your wife needs to use the office because it's the middle of the goddamn work day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, here you are in your marital bed.
Exactly. And
with me, in a way.
With you on a video chat, which if my wife knew about this, she'd be losing her mind.
If she walks in and sees you laying in bed with a video of me playing,
truth be told,
that marriage is over.
Truth be told, I hate this. I'm sitting. What is it? Crisscross applesauce on my bed right now.
What? Just cross-legged? Is that what you're talking about?
Cross-legged, yeah.
Okay, it's not crisscross
when we were kids,
applesauce.
that's what they tell kids now. That's what they call it. But when we were kids, they called it something else that they no longer call it, with good reason. But I'm very uncomfortable. I think I'm screwing up my back. I'm kind of balancing a mic stand on my bed. I got wires all over the bed. So, Tom, this is not ideal.
Tim, this is the way most high-end podcasts record their show. This is the way Ira Glass hosts every episode of This American Life from his bed. With everything just kind of precariously balanced around him.
The energy with which he speaks, it does sound like he is like. It always seems like they jostled him out of sleep, and they're like, "Oh no, we got to record the episode right now."
Yeah,
read this.
He was just starting to nod off, and they were like, "Read this." He's like, "This American Life today." We're
yeah, that's right. We're better broadcasters than Ira Glass. You heard it here first.
Yeah. The next time I see him walking down the street, because sometimes I see him walking down the street near me. I don't think he lives over here, but sometimes I see him.
Wow. Maybe he has a mistress in your neighborhood, a secret family.
Anything's possible, Tim.
I don't think so. I think he's a good man. I see.
I think
the host,
he did get divorced somewhat recently.
Well, I don't think we need to speculate on Ira Glass's personal life.
Oh, are you telling me he wouldn't be doing the same on his show, Tim, if the roles were reversed?
And guess what? I don't think he'd fact check it. Look what he did to that poor Apple Corporation.
Exactly.
He implied that some of their the factory's labor practices were less than stellar. I'm glad he paid the price for that one.
Yeah, because what was that guy's name? Daisy something?
Yeah, Mike Daisy. Yeah.
Yeah, he lied about going over there and investigating, but he didn't really make anything up. It was mostly just like he read the same article everybody else did and then was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to say I saw this.
Yeah. Anyway, This American Life. Great show. Listen to it. I haven't heard it in years, but it seems nice.
Yeah, it does seem nice. Tim, I recently, as recently as yesterday, in fact, the day before today, for the first time, and this is why it's so weird that you're calling me from bed, because I worked in bed yesterday, which is something I never do.
As some sort of gigolo?
No, Tim, how dare you? No, just computer work, writing and researching
Coding.
for this show and whatnot. Yeah.
What? Writing and researching for this show?
Right, Tim, the amount of how many hours of research and writing do you put into this show?
To producing
week?
this conversation that we're having right now?
Yeah.
I'd say it's what, 60 hours?
Okay.
So it's like a full-time job and a half for both of us.
Yeah, I put in a solid 80 hours, Tim.
Oh, wow.
I mean, as you know, I've written every word that is coming out of both of our mouths right now.
Yeah, we're fantastic performers. We make it sound like it's off the cuff. All the malapropes are in the script.
Yeah. And we like to shoot these episodes the way Kubrick would shoot movies, 100 takes minimum on every line, just to make sure we've got it absolutely right.
Yeah, and I think we've been rewarded both artistically. I feel this is rewarding, and financially, definitely, it's been rewarding, worth all the time and effort.
I read something the other day about Scatman Crothers' work on The Shining and how upset he was with how Kubrick shot that because he was doing like 100+ takes and Scatman Crothers was just like, he said he like broke down in tears at one point and was like, Mr. Kubrick, I don't know what you want.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he expected all of those takes to make the movie. He's like, why did we film me saying that 100 times if they were only going to show me saying it once?
Very long movie. But then after that, apparently he shot a movie with Clint Eastwood. And Clint Eastwood, I didn't know this, is famous for the opposite, that he tries to get everything in the first take.
Sometimes Clint Eastwood forgets to turn the camera on, and then he's just like, forget it. We didn't need that scene anyway. We don't need to go back and get it.
We'll just put some black and silence over this part of the movie, and we'll let the audience's imaginations run wild.
Yeah.
So Scatman Crothers, he back to back got the two polar opposites of filmmaking, and it sounds like walked away from both just very confused about how movies are made.
Well, a good man. He didn't deserve to go out the way he did in The Shining.
No.
You work from bed.
I said, I work from bed, and I've always been scared to work from bed because then I think I'll just fall asleep because that's normally what I do in bed.
Yeah, well, that's not what I hear.
And it didn't happen, Tim. It was lovely. Well, mostly I wanted to work in bed because I went roller skating this weekend, and I'm still pretty hurt from roller skating, to be honest with you.
So you went roller skating with your girlfriend and I think another couple, it seemed like?
Yeah, her brother and sister-in-law.
And every Instagram photo I saw from you and your girlfriend, everybody looks to be having a low-stakes, lovely time, and you look like terrified and like you feel like you might be minutes away from certain death.
Yeah, let me tell you, Tim. Beforehand we had dinner, lovely dinner. but I ate an entire pizza for dinner, which is not recommended before you go roller skating.
No, it's not. I mean, when you're 11, sure, you can do that.
Which I think is the last time I went roller skating. And had a few beers, was kind of pressured into drinking more beer than I wanted. And by pressure...
that usually happens with you, that somebody has to pressure you to drink beer.
Well, Tim, it will make sense to you when you understand what the pressure was. The pressure was that somebody else was buying the beers.
Oh.
So what am I going to do? Say no to a free beer?
I mean, you would say no to a free nothing, Tom. You'd never say no to anything, even if there's free stuff that you don't want. I've seen I've been with you where they have free samples of dog food, and you're just like, all right, I'll eat it.
Yeah, hey, it's free. Hey, we're giving out free slaps in the face. Hey, I'll try it. Sure, it doesn't cost anything. You're
saying these are normally $8.99. All right, I'll take it.
But yeah, so I had a bunch of pizza and a bunch of beer. The humidity in New York at that time was about 183%. And I literally got once around the roller skating rink and was like, I'm going to puke. I can't breathe. This is awful. But then the sun went down. I fell only once to be fair. And the thing is, nowadays, was
everybody falling?
A lot of people were falling, and I'll tell you why. Because nowadays...
they greased the floor, huh?
No, I wish they greased the floor. They did the opposite. They've got rubber floors. But, they're put together kind of like puzzle pieces. Which sounds fine, except now the floor is not even anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's the whole point of a roller rink. It's a nice big flat surface.
Yeah, nice big waxed wooden floor. But instead with this, I don't know, your skates are getting caught all the time. Because the way I fell was I was like, why did I fall like that? And then I realized later when it almost happened again that it was my one foot got caught a little bit, but just enough for somebody who's not very good at skating in the first place to not be able to recover from that.
Right. Floor worked against you, but it also worked for you. Because I think if you fell on a slick wooden floor, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Yeah, I'd be doing this from my bedroom, and you'd be doing it from a hospital room.
Absolutely. I probably would. They probably still have the ventilator in me. I wouldn't be able to even be doing this. But yeah, so it's you win some, you lose some. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's I was gonna if it wasn't for that, then I probably would have been skating too fast on a wooden floor and fallen that way.
Right. You would have been doing too many cool 360s and 180s and
exactly. Yeah. Well, when I was skating during this, it was easier to skate fast than it was to skate slow, or it felt better because you weren't. But then the problem with that is I couldn't really turn. I forgot how to turn.
So Were you on the classic 4-wheel skates?
Yeah, classic 4-wheel skates.
Okay.
Yeah. Not inline rollerblade, Tim. You can use trademarks on this show. It's okay.
So we're gonna get they almost bankrupted us one time.
The Rollerblade Corporation's been after us for years. They blame us for the fad going away.
I think it's back, Tom. I've seen a lot of rollerbladers in my neighborhood. It is,
yeah. The stigma of rollerblading is going away.
I don't know why there was a stigma to begin with.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know either. I think a lot of it was kind of because rollerblades were a very 90s thing, that it was just tagged as oh, people at rollerblade wear neon colored windbreakers and...
I mean, that was true. I was
Jinko jeans.
My rollerblades were teal and purple, as was my starter jacket for the Charlotte Hornets that I wore while rollerblading.
I don't think it was possible to buy rollerblades in normal colors.
Yeah.
I think I had a black pair of rollerblades, but then the straps were neon green and neon pink or something. And that was as close as you could get to neutral colors.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
But anyway, yeah. Mostly I'm still kind of sore from the rollerblading. So that's where the working from bed really came in handy.
The question on everybody's mind, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Did you snooze? Did you fall asleep in
No,
that bed?
I didn't. I didn't. Shockingly, I didn't. So there you go. Apparently, I won't take a nap during the day if I work from bed.
Well, setting a dangerous precedent. Because you take naps every day anyway.
Not every day, but a lot of days, yeah. But yeah, who knows? Maybe now I'll just maybe I'll just be voluntarily bedridden.
I mean, I always felt like you were like halfway there.
That's kind of the dream, isn't it?
Tom, this week, this is a classic Tim topic, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Near and dear to my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, The Complete Guide to Everything presents snack mixes. We've been teasing it for a long time.
Yeah.
The long-time Complete Guide heads know. When they finally do snack mixes, it's going to be epic, bro. It's going to be legendary, bro.
They're certainly not going to do it when Tim's sick from bed.
I have to tell you, Tom, can you see on the video screen, there's a baby now.
Yes.
In the room with me.
In fact,
it's my son.
It's a baby I recognize, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a baby that you've met before.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting very patiently and very quietly. He just woke up from his nap.
And now
he's very sick as well.
He's staring at the video screen. Now he's looking at you like, I know this guy, right?
Yeah. Hey, you remember Tom? That guy that he'll always be like, ah, when he sees you. So anyway, I brought him here, number one, because we're both sick. And number two, he's got to learn about snack mixes. It's a family thing.
Right. And it would be easier for you to have this talk with both him and me at the same time. Kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Tom, don't act like you're ignorant about snack mixes. Where do you come down on snack mixes?
Tim, I meant to tell you this beforehand, but I'm maybe not going to give it away yet, but I think I have a very controversial snack mix take.
Oh. Wait, are you...
I'm
no. Pro snack mix.
I have a controversial snack mix opinion, but I am pro snack mix. I like a good snack mix.
I don't know that I could have continued on with this recording if it was going to be revealed that you were anti snack mix.
Yeah, Tim. For people that don't know, you're quite a snack mix aficionado. Would you say snack mixes are your favorite type of snack?
Yeah, exactly. And here's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Snack mixes, look, we usually try to define things it's a mix of different snacks together.
Right.
And the way I look at it, I'm snacking. I want to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
What's the spice of life, Tom?
Salt.
Variety.
Oh, variety.
Oh, yeah, and salt. And salt brings out the variety. Yeah, so if you're snacking, what do you want? Just a bag of uniform one thing?
Yeah.
No. You want a bunch of different textures, flavors, spices, shapes, colors, sizes. That's what makes life worth living, and that's what makes snacks worth snacking.
Did you know that they've done scientific studies? Not me, other scientists, but they've figured out that basically if you're eating stuff and you've got a mixture of things, a mixture of flavors, you're going to eat more. No, you're going to eat more than if there was just one particular mix.
Absolutely.
Or one
you
particular
need your fill
snack.
of each. Look, if I'm eating Chex Mix, and we'll get to Chex Mix, Tom, I think the elephant in the room is that I'm a Chex Mix boy through and through.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're talking snack mixes, you're talking Chex Mix. But I am interested to hear what your other snack mix thoughts are.
Yeah. But look, do I want to eat a whole bag of pretzels? No, I don't want to eat a whole bag of pretzels. do I want to eat a whole box of corn Chex, even if it has the seasoning on it? No. Same for wheat Chex. Same for those weird pumpernickel things. I wouldn't eat one of those pumpernickel hard, too crispy crackers. I wouldn't eat one of those without, not in the context of Chex Mix, but when I'm eating Chex Mix, I got to have my fill of all of all of those things.
Yeah.
So I'll eat a box worth of rice Chex, just surrounded by another box worth of pretzels.
Now, Tim,
to perfection.
Can I play devil's advocate here for Chex Mix and push back a little bit on the idea that there are a variety of flavors within Chex Mix? I think there's really just one flavor, and it's salty. Just a bunch of different salty things.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if we're talking groups,
and not even
not like
there's not even really different textures. They're just salty, crunchy
there are
things.
No. Well, yeah, okay, but there's different levels of crunch. There's different, I think, flavors within the salty realm in there. Tom, a rice Chex and a pretzel are not the same.
Yeah,
right?
but like a rice Chex and a wheat Chex are pretty similar.
Yeah, that's true. But it's the color difference, Tom.
That's
and we
true.
eat with our eyes first, Tom.
Tim, you like the puffy Chex or the kind of like flattened out kind of Chex guys?
I think the puffy kind, right? They're
Really?
crispier, they're airier. It's nice.
They're airier, but I don't know if they're crispier. I think the kind of flat guys are crispy. I kind of like the flat. I feel like the wheat ones are more often flat.
Yeah, I think this is where the flavor comes in, Tom. I think I like the, I'm not a big fan of the wheat flavor, but I do like them when they catch the seasoning. Chex Mix is all about the seasoning.
Yeah, which is, like we've established before, mostly just salt.
It's salt. It's salty and crunchy, but there's variety in there, Tom.
Now, let me ask you another Chex Mix themed question.
And excuse my baby hacking up a lung here. Like I said, we're very sick over here.
Tim, I honestly, I know I shouldn't step in on your parenting, but I think that kid's too young to be smoking.
He likes it. They're filtered, Tom. He wanted Lucky Strikes. I took his Lucky Strikes away from him. I was like, no, Marlboro Lights for you, my friend.
Yeah, until you're 1 year old.
Yeah, then you can make your own decision.
Which do you prefer? Do you prefer store-bought Chex Mix or homemade Chex Mix?
Now, Tom, I will tell you all day long, of course, homemade. Homemade is better. I don't know that I've ever actually had homemade, though.
Oh, really? I thought you had made homemade Chex Mix at least once.
You would think I would have, since it's like my favorite food, and I often stupidly make food. Like I made my own potato bread instead of just buying that at the store. Yeah, no, never made Chex Mix, even though, you know what? I didn't want to buy multiple boxes of Chex.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the recipe here. It's also kind of wild because if you go to Chex.com, they've got the recipe for making Chex Mix. But
do they
nothing
still call
about,
it Chex Party Mix?
Yes, original Chex Party Mix. But they do not have anything about buying store-bought Chex Mix. For that, you got to go to ChexMix.com.
ChexMix.com is insane. Right? They try to make video games with the Chex characters and stuff.
Well, I think that might be, actually I'm not sure if that's the Chex, because there was like a Chex Quest game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's more associated with the cereal or the mix at this point. But yeah, I'm looking at the recipe, and you've got to buy a box of corn Chex, a box of rice Chex, and a box of wheat Chex.
Yeah.
And that's just the Chex Mix. Then you've got to get mixed nuts, bite-sized pretzels, garlic flavor bite-sized bagel chips, or regular-sized bagel chips broken into 1-inch pieces, butter or margarine, Worcestershire sauce, seasoned salt, garlic powder, and onion powder.
That's just, I mean, that's why I haven't done it. I mean, it seems like it'll be great. It also seems like it would make too much Chex Mix. And that's the thing. I can't have Chex Mix in the house because I'll just finish it off in one sitting, no matter what the quantity is. So if I make freaking what this seems to be like 8 pounds worth of Chex Mix, I'll die that day, Tom. I'll die eating it all.
They also have a recipe here for gluten-free Chex Party Mix.
You just buy gluten-free versions of everything?
No, it's you don't buy the wheat Chex Mix and you replace it. Well, you gotta buy, I guess, gluten-free other things, but you replace the wheat Chex Mix with Cheerios.
The General Mills Corporation really looking for.
It sounds like that would be gross, but then you gotta remember that Chex is also cereal.
Yeah, Tom, we all know that Chex is cereal. But nobody forgot that Chex was cereal, Tom.
This recipe also involves microwaving all this stuff.
Oh, I remember it. Well, you got to melt like the butter and seasoning together. You toss it with all the crispy stuff, and then you bake it, right?
That's one. They kind of have one of those like here's a tip, make it in like a roasting pan and bake it for an hour for like best results. But they know their audience, so the primary instructions are all based around the microwave. But it involves heating up the butter and heating up the bowl of just everything in it separately.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Tom.
You're going to wind up with kind of like a hot Chex Mix then.
You say they know their audience. Well, you have to get the seasoning to stick to the Chex. Otherwise, like that's why things need to be, the butter needs to be melted.
Right. It'll just kind of mash them together. That's what heat does, right?
Yeah,
Makes things become one.
You said they know their audience. Like everybody's just going to want to do a microwave. This audience is somebody who has spent $38 on breakfast cereal to bring home, and
instead of buying a bag of it that was the next aisle over.
Yeah, exactly. For like $2.39, I think they have an extra like 25 minutes to bake in a casserole dish, Tom.
Yeah, and honestly, if I were making this much, because this is going to make, let me see, 9, 10, 11, 12... It's going to make like at least 12 cups of Chex Mix. That's a lot of Chex Mix, I feel like, right?
Yeah, I think so. And they don't even say use the whole box, right? You're still going to have that cereal left over.
Use 3 cups of each cereal. Yeah. So it's 9 cups of just cereal. But I feel like if you're going to make that much, take the extra effort and bake it in the oven,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're not going to eat all that in one sitting, so just relax, make it all in the oven.
Maybe I'll do that, Tom. And next week, when I'm back on my feet again, you and I can munch on some homemade Chex Mix while recording next week's episode.
That would be fantastic. They should sell. Well, I guess they shouldn't sell it because they sell Chex Mix, but they should sell just like a box of like the 3 different types of Chex. Just together.
Yeah. No, because you're absolutely right. Maybe we can start packaging that up and selling it at local farmers markets.
Because I think that would be good even for breakfast. Like, I would like a breakfast with 3 types of Chex in it.
Have they never mixed the Chexes in a breakfast cereal? That seems like a missed opportunity.
I don't know if they have. If they have, I haven't seen it. And I don't know if maybe it's some kind of an FDA regulation or something
really
like that.
Upset about this.
Well, look, the kids got to learn one way or another, Tim, that they don't sell this stuff at the supermarket.
I know, but I've been telling him that he can have mixed
that they
Chex.
do.
Yeah. All right, Tom. Look, this is a snack mix episode. We're almost halfway through. We had to limit the Chex Mix talk. If it were up to me, we'd be talking about Chex Mix all day.
Okay.
Any last thoughts about Chex Mix?
No, but I have. Should I reveal my hot take now, or should I wait for after the break?
Is it Chex Mix specific?
It is, but then I'm going to be moving on.
I'm going to let you use your judgment. Do we let people wait out the commercials? Or...
No, you know what, Tim? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to drop it right here. Tim, I would like to talk about Utz Party Mix, which I believe is superior to Chex Mix.
More after the break.
Tim, before the break, I made the controversial opinion that I believe Utz Party Mix is a better snack mix than Chex Mix.
Tom, you are a goddamn buffoon, and I don't care who knows it.
No, because here, I think Chex Mix is trying to pretend like it's some kind of like upmarket fancy pants snack mix.
I would say compared to Utz, it absolutely is.
And I knew you would say something like that. But I like the fact that
there are other snack mixes. Tom, a Cheez-It snack mix is fantastic. I would say it rivals.
No, it rivals what?
It rivals Chex Mix itself.
It rivals Chex Mix. So Chex Mix isn't even your favorite snack mix?
I would say it's Chex. Also, Tom, and I know we said I'd stop talking about Chex Mix. I think Chex Mix diluted their brand. They started doing like salty and sweet. They started doing Muddy Buddies. They started doing too much stuff.
Well, the Muddy Buddies I kind of like, but you're right.
Do you like having powdered sugar all over your hands, and then you look down and whoops, now my jeans are covered in powdered sugar too, because I didn't realize I've been wiping my hands on my jeans after every bite.
Tim, I realize when I wipe my hands on my jeans this morning when I went to take the dog out, I didn't realize that apparently last night when I was eating chocolate ice cream, I spilled it all over my pants.
I think that you're like, Tim, I realized.
Well, I didn't realize when I did it because I was eating the chocolate ice cream in the dark.
You gotta control yourself.
It looked like I pooped all over the front of my pants.
How would that even happen?
That's
it looks like
what
somebody
I'm
else
hoping...
pooped all over you while they were sitting on your lap.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping people that saw me on the street today, this morning, thought when I was walking the dog.
I think they were probably just like, I'm going to walk by this guy as quickly as possible.
You know what? And I'm realizing, actually, that after
probably
Ginger...
thought the dog pooped all over you.
Well, I'm realizing now, actually, that when Ginger pooped and I picked it up in a bag, I realized I only had one bag left, so I didn't tie it off in case she pooped again. Mm-hmm. So I was like walking around the whole block holding a bag of dog poop. Meanwhile, it looked like I had dog poop all over the front of my pants. People probably thought like, oh, that guy's he's swinging that bag of poop a little too aggressively. And some of it got all over his pants.
Keeping it open probably made you smell of poop while you had the brown smears all over your pants.
Yeah, well, now it's making a lot of sense why people weren't wishing me a good morning back as I was wishing it to everybody that passed me by.
I know, you do that. You're like a
hello
like a
there,
toddler.
Good morning. Isn't it a lovely day?
Ew, creep, get away from me.
And you have shit all over your pants, you idiot. So, the reason why I like Utz Party Mix, Tim, is
you've upset my son.
Tim, you don't have to cry about it. It's fine. All right, Chex Mix is better. Utz Party Mix, I feel like it's not hiding what it is, which is factory leftovers. It's just the
I mean, that's not
what
what Chex Mix is.
That had to have been how it started.
No, it started as a swinging party mix in the 50s.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I still think...
Yeah, no, I think Utz Party Mix is great. I think Munchies from the equivalent from...
I forgot about Munchies.
Frito-Lay, I guess? Yeah. Oh, look at who has a list. Okay, hold on. This baby's getting out of control.
All right.
Munchies didn't even make your list?
No, and I'm remembering that we talked about Munchies when we talked about snacks, when we did a snacks episode.
Yeah, Munchies is so good. Well,
yeah,
now,
but I forgot
Okay.
about Munchies. Munchies has to be leftover stuff because that's the Frito-Lay version.
It is. I think so. Or it's either leftover or it's just like they,
I feel like
reserve a bit from each product line and put it in the same bag. I don't think they build a different factory to create the Sun Chips for the Munchies bags than the Sun Chips bags.
But I feel like if you buy Munchies, you're never gonna find like a whole Dorito in there. They're all going to be cracked Doritos in there.
On the front of the packaging, they have a whole Dorito.
Well, yeah, that's false
I guess
advertising.
I'm naive. Yeah, I'm naive.
Well, I guess there are going to be whole Doritos in here when I buy this. Yeah, right. You idiot.
You freaking rube.
You gas station rube. Thinking there's going to be whole Doritos in there.
Stop calling my son a gas station rube. Stop calling me a gas station rube in front of my son. It's upsetting him.
Sorry, kid. Your old man's a gas station rube.
Always has been, always will be. It's just like, that's what my grandpa tells him, too.
All right. So, Ud's Party Mix, you got cheese crunchies.
What are those?
Those are like Cheetos.
Okay. So already we're like in off-brand sad land, right? Where it's like cheese crunchies. Like if you had said Munchies is better than Chex Mix, yeah. But something that has something called cheese crunchies in it. Come on.
Cheese crunchies.
Yeah, I'm upset. Tom, there's going to be a crying baby. There's going to be a bad episode. People aren't going to like it. Get used to it.
Tortilla chips, and like those shitty tortilla chips that like Utz makes.
Are they they're not like Doritos knockoffs? They're just like unflavored, just salted tortilla chips?
Yeah, because they also have nachos in there, which are Doritos knockoffs.
Okay.
So these are just like unseasoned Doritos.
Okay, Tom, already. Okay.
Barbecue corn chips.
Okay, so like Fritos?
Yeah, but like the barbecue flavored Fritos.
Right, but barbecued Fritos knockoffs. You're upsetting my son.
He just doesn't like seeing his old man get trounced when it comes to snack mixes.
I think he just doesn't like seeing his old man get this riled up over such petty things.
And pretzel wheels.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. That's a snack mix, Tom.
Yeah.
I think your garden variety pub mix would rival this. Like it's and any kind of mix of salty snacks.
Now, would you consider a garden variety pub mix Utz pub mix?
Yeah, and what's the difference between that and their party mix? That comes in a tub and the party mix comes in a bag?
No, Tim, it's got different flavored stuff inside of it.
Okay.
It's got Worcestershire rye chips.
Okay. You're a big Worcestershire guy, right? If I recall correctly.
I think I am becoming one, yeah.
Okay. I think you have been one. Like, becoming one. I think 15 years ago you were one.
Yeah, but
Nothing wrong with that.
I might not have known it at the time.
No. We were roommates, Tom. You always had several bottles of Worcestershire sauce in the fridge, different brands.
I like to take a little swig of it before work and a little swig before I went to bed at night.
Yeah, and do like a sampler platter thing with all the various different brands.
Yeah. Cheddar cheese twists.
Okay.
Which are pretzel twists, I believe, but there's a caveat to that, which I'll get to in a moment.
Cheese dust that they put on them?
No. A weird thing. Honey roasted sesame chips. I like sesame chips a lot. That's great to add to a snack mix. And again, I think to your point, the kind of thing where it's like, I don't want to eat a bag of sesame chips, but in a snack mix, it's nice.
Of course. Yeah.
pretzel sticks. And now remember I said cheddar cheese twists, but then they have something called honey mustard twist-ix.
Twist-ix?
Yeah.
That has
so like
too many weird things.
And the thing is that, right next to each other, these cheddar cheese twists and the honey mustard twists look exactly the same, but something about the honey mustard makes them twist-ix.
Okay. So what makes the cheddar ones cheddar?
Tim, cheddar, it's got cheddar dust on it, I guess. Okay. But I don't know why those are twists and not twist-ix. Oriental rice crackers.
Okay, I don't think Utz is with the times here.
You're allowed to, I believe, based on something I saw in the real world 25 years ago, an object can be Oriental, a person is not.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
That's the line. But yeah, I think most people have steered away from using it as any kind of adjective.
Yeah. Tom, yeah. I have a question, but finish the pub mix.
Well, there's just one more, and then nacho bagel chips, which is interesting.
Nacho bagel chips. Okay. I mean, what they're doing is they're sweeping up everything that they got in the factory, and they're like, what dusts do we also have for the various products? Let's mix the
what
dusts.
Dust can we put
and
on
I think
things?
that's an innovation that Chex Mix does not participate in, which is Chex Mix has one flavor all over everything.
Yeah.
Utz is putting different dusts on different elements. That's
and
cool.
then I think sometimes just throwing some random dust in the bag.
Yeah. And, you can never go wrong. Just throwing some dust, sprinkling on some dust on top.
Yeah.
No matter what the flavor.
And by dust, of course, we mean sugar and, just various artificial flavors.
Yeah. Now, Tom, I will agree with you that I think there's...
like how this whole episode is just like us coming to a compromise. Us coming to...
I think we should...
I will concede this point, but sir...
I mean... this is the only thing in the last 3 years that I've talked about that I've had any emotional connection to, or like that I've cared about.
I think that says a lot more about you than the show.
I don't think there's that much difference between all the snack mixes. Like, I think Chex Mix is still at the top. However, second, third, fourth, fifth, 25th place, they're all separated by 1/100th of a point on my rating scale.
Yeah.
Any snack mix that has a bunch of salty snacks mixed together, and I'm not talking about trail mixes or Gorp, and I'm not talking
about... What the fuck is Gorp?
We'll get to Gorp, or maybe we'll do a whole episode on Gorp. I'm not talking about any kind of off-brand pub mix, snack mix is better than any other snack. And I think there's, we're splitting hairs. We're nitpicking if we're saying that one is that much better or worse than another one. They're all just salty crap with dust all over them, and that's all I want.
Well, Tim, since you were so gracious in extending that, I will extend you a formality, a nicety, a compliment about Chex Mix, where I think Chex Mix beats out a lot of other snack mixes. Is Chex Mix does, I feel like a much better job of keeping everything mixed up together. Because the Chex are very light, whereas I feel like you get a bag of Munchos or whatever, not Munchos, Munchies. Munchos
right.
are just potato chips. You're gonna have a lot of peanuts at the bottom, or the pretzels are gonna fall at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I don't Tom. They used to have peanuts in Chex Mix, in the bagged Chex Mix. You'll see it still in the party mix. There, they have mixed nuts. I think also I can't get too partisan against any party mix or snack mix. because like they're constantly just changing the makeups of these things. Like Chex Mix
I think
has not
based
been
on what they've
consistent.
got left over.
Yeah. Chex Mix is smart though.
Or
if
just
you look
probably
at a
what's
bag of
cheap.
Chex Mix, everything is fairly like around the
Distributed?
same size, right? You don't have like, I don't think there should be a big Dorito in a bag of Munchies, because guess what? It's gonna break up. They should manufacture smaller Doritos, the way that Chex Mix is like, get us the smaller bagel chips and we'll put those in there.
Right.
I think Frito-Lay should hire me as head of R&D.
For these kinds of ideas.
No, that, and I want to get access to their dust. I want to see what kind of flavors they got going there.
Tim, I imagine it's kind of one of those things. Like I've heard that apparently at like a lot of like factories overseas where they're working with like some perhaps like rare metals. They use like a lot of gold in manufacturing because gold is like a very good conductor. That they will like vacuum the employees off before they leave because they've got so much like dust on them that it's like,
that's
that's
I would
valuable.
inhale so much and then cough it all up into and sneeze it all out into a handkerchief of my commute home.
Like, this guy doesn't seem to mind when we vacuum him off every day, but I did notice him breathing very heavy for an hour solid in the corner by the exhaust of one of the machines.
Tom, after 15, 20
crime.
years of doing that, a nice
You could
little
open
nest
your
egg
own factory.
Tom, my question was going to be, when you mentioned The Real World earlier, I've been watching the newest season of The Real World Homecoming, which is like reunions. This was the New Orleans house, which was in 2000, so it's 22 years ago. And there's drama in this house.
Tim, it's The Real World. Of course there's going to be drama.
How much
is
money?
Is it over a snack? Is it that somebody said they like Utz party mix more than Chex Mix?
No, it's actually like even sillier, crap than that. But anyway, how much money would it take you? How much money would it take for them to get you to participate in a real world? Like if they were doing like real world, people in their late 30s, early 40s, live in a house for 2 months, and we'll film it and edit it any way we want. Like, how much money would it take for you to be a cast member on that show?
And I'd have to, like, live there?
Yeah, 2 months. And, like, you'll have roommates. It'll be the same mix of, like, there'll be a jerk like Puck. You could be the guy, like, I'm talking real world San Francisco. You could be Muhammad, who, like, just doesn't participate at all.
Goes to work every day and ignores.
Like,
$100,000.
Yeah, it would have to be, like, enough to be like,
it would have to be like
year off.
Yeah, it wouldn't have to be like a monumentally life-changing amount of money, but it would have to be like a moderately life-changing of like, $100,000. That's something I could really, make some big changes in my lifestyle.
Right.
With. And the amount of money that I wouldn't be as upset if like I was edited to look like a real asshole on TV.
Right.
But I'm also working under the assumption.
Figure out how to get the raw material to make you look like an asshole, right? And I'm talking about like not just you specifically. I think anybody there, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I'd go into it assuming I'm gonna look bad at the end of this. What amount of money would I feel comfortable knowing like I'm gonna look like an asshole at the end of all this, but also assuming that this is gonna be some kind of like Paramount Plus thing that not a lot of people are gonna watch.
Tom, Paramount Plus is a great streaming service, sponsor of the show. They're not a sponsor of the show.
Why'd you say they were?
I'm trying to get a free subscription. I'm on the commercial plan right now, and it's I don't like the commercials, but I refuse to upgrade. But they have Beavis and Butthead, so you know.
That's the only thing I think I've really watched on there. I watched the Jackass
Beavis and Butthead
movie,
and Jackass,
and I watched the Beavis and Butthead movie, and both were actually the Jackass movie I was a little disappointed in, but the Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
So
they have all
you
the...
win some, you lose some.
Yeah, they got a bunch of old Beavis and Butthead and old Jackass as well.
Well worth signing up, forgetting about it, and ultimately having paid like $60 to watch one movie one time.
Oh, all right, everybody say goodbye to the baby.
Oh, the baby's leaving. Social services have arrived. Oh, they're taking Tim's baby away.
I'll edit this out, Tom. Bye, buddy. We'll have you back sometime.
Yeah, right. He's gonna cry like that and just push his own stuff.
All right, Tom. We've talked a lot about some delicious snack mixes. Let me ask you this. Do you consider trail mix a snack mix?
I mean, it's got mix right in the name, and it's something you eat as a snack. It's certainly not a meal mix.
Right. Is there a meal mix? That's just a meal, right? A mix of food? Maybe like a stew? A stew is like a meal mix?
Yeah, I think like a stew is a meal mix, yeah. Or maybe like a burrito bowl. That's kind of like a meal mix.
Yeah, or a burrito itself.
Yeah. I would consider trail mix a meal mix, and trail mix
a snack mix, not a meal mix.
But I think
now I don't know what to believe.
So you were saying that that all snack mixes are more or less the same. They're all within a percentage point of each other, and I feel like the complete opposite could be said for trail mixes.
Yeah. Because there's trail mixes that have chocolate in them, and then there's ones that don't, and those stink.
Yeah, and there are ones that have salted peanuts and ones that don't have salted peanuts, ones that don't even have peanuts at all in them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need peanuts in a trail mix. Peanuts are fillers, Tom. Give me some almonds. Give me some walnuts. Give me some cashews.
Yeah, cashews are nice. But I would say cashews, peanuts, almonds, walnuts. That would be my pick.
Those were all the things I was saying, and you were going no, but as I was saying them.
But I'm saying in order of preference.
Okay.
Now, would you say a trail mix has to have some kind of nut in it to be a trail mix?
Probably, right?
Yeah, because otherwise there's nothing like crunchy in there.
Yeah. Also, they put these sunflower seeds in there. They're so tiny, they fall to the bottom of the bag.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you want to know what's bad? Real bad? Trail mix dust. Yeah. Snack mix dust is delicious. Trail mix dust is just makes you cough.
Yeah. I did see some trail mix recently. It's interesting now. Trail mix will advertise if they've got actual M&Ms in them or not.
Or off-brand M&Ms?
Well, they won't advertise if they have off-brand M&Ms. They'll just, not tell you anything.
But some trail mixes have officially licensed.
They'll say featuring real M&Ms.
Featuring that mean red M&M and that dopey yellow M&M and the really sexy green lady,
baby. But I don't care about having off-brand M&Ms in my trail mix. It's fine.
No, yeah.
I'm not going to eat a bag of off-brand M&Ms. Now I'll eat a bag if you give them to me.
Yeah, I will. Of course I will. M&Ms are good, but it's not come on. They're M&Ms.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, it's not nobody can replicate that formula of bad chocolate and a candy shell around it.
What is in that candy shell? We'll never know, huh?
Yeah, probably just sugar and food coloring would be my guess.
Yeah. Tom, do you know about Gorp?
No, you asked me not even 10 minutes ago about gorp, and I said no, I don't know what gorp is.
It's like hiking
I only know what
food.
things are if I can buy them at the store.
It's pretty much trail mix, but I think they
What's
try
the difference?
to. I think it's trying to be like an elevated version. There's two theories for why it's called gorp.
Are there
It's either-
like gold flakes in it?
No, it's good old raisins and peanuts, or
Okay.
granola, oats, raisins, peanuts.
Okay.
So there's like granola stuff. There's like it's. I'm pretty sure it's just trail mix.
Yeah.
It's got like dried cranberries and stuff, and raisins.
Well,
raisins and
some
stuff.
trail mix will have that in there.
Wasabi peas, sesame stick. You know, like
I don't like the wasabi peas. Don't put spicy stuff in there. Sweet.
Yeah, I feel like
sweet
I've
and
been on
savory.
hikes with you. I feel like if you had a wasabi pea on any of the times we've been out hiking, you would have lost your mind.
I
You
would
like
have left.
punched
I
a
would have just
tree.
gone home.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this? That's not what I want trail mix
You would
for.
have turned all red and like freaked out.
I don't, and to be clear, I don't mind a wasabi pea, but
Yeah.
but don't put it in with all that stuff. I don't want a wasabi pea in the same mouthful as an M&M.
Yeah,
I'm
not while I'm on a trail.
psychopath. Yeah, get out of here. Tim, do you know about beer nuts bar mix?
No, tell me about it.
This is another one where they're throwing around some words where I'm like, you guys made this up, but sweet and salty mix of beer nuts, original peanuts. Do you like beer nuts peanuts?
I'm not sure I'm familiar with beer nuts peanuts.
They just have
Is
like
that a
kinda,
brand of?
Yeah, they have like a crunchy bit around them though.
Yeah, I'm sure I've had them, and they sound delicious.
And now here's where I'm not sure what most of these other things are. Barbecue, something called barbecue insane grain.
no, that's just that's a normal thing. That's a standard.
I mean, this next one I know
classification.
what it is. Hot and spicy sesame sticks.
Okay.
Now I
Love
do
it.
like that. I do like the spicy sesame sticks in a snack mix, not in a trail mix.
In a trail mix is way different. Putting some wasabi or some spicy stuff.
Yeah.
Snack
Pretzel,
mix. As long as I'm prepared for it, bring it on. Come as you are.
pretzel nublets.
Nublets.
Yeah.
That's gross. That's a pretzel disease. That's a diseased pretzel.
It gets worse. Well, this next one, I get what it is. Nacho corn sticks,
Okay.
which sounds fine. But then the last one is honey mustard spuggets.
We'll bleep that.
Because
What
I
is
have
it,
no idea.
Spuggets?
Spuggets. Spuggets. So nuggets, but not nuggets. Spuggets.
Oh, okay. So potato
don't-
nuggets, like spuds?
Yeah, maybe that's what it must be, right? And in that case, that sounds good. I like a potato-based snack.
Yeah, spuggets.
I mean, I don't think you can just search
Oh,
spuggets.
spaghetti nuggets?
No, it's not spaghetti nuggets.
Why couldn't you search spuggets?
Because I don't think it's like a thing that exists outside of this beer nuts original bar mix.
Yeah.
I think it's probably
I thought
like
maybe the Beer Nuts Corporation would have like a landing page for spuggets, but apparently not.
I think it's like, they got into some legal trouble calling them like honey mustard nuggets because they were all broken. So they were like, well, they're small nuggets. They're spuggets.
Yeah. I'm looking at the ingredient list and it doesn't help.
No.
We got Tom.
Mhm.
Look, we should be sampling all these snack
I
mixes.
know. I was thinking about that. I was going to get some of these snack mixes, but then I remember how upset you get when I eat during the podcast.
I mean, if we can't be eating on mic, but this isn't over. Maybe this could be a Patreon situation where we got to crown
Yeah, on maybe on Patreon we'll put some ASMR of us eating.
Yeah.
No talking,
just feel like
eating for an hour.
Just going,
Spuggets.
Spuggets. You're going to get sick from Spuggets is going to be the thing that finally takes us down.
I just realized what it sounds like. It sounds like spunk nuggets.
Yuck.
Tim, you mentioned earlier Cheez-It snack mix.
Yeah. Great snack mix. Do I need to defend it?
Yeah, I disagree, but I'm gonna wrap up, and then we'll discuss it after the
okay. Ooh,
after the credits. If you like the show, go to tcgte.com to find out more, including tcgte.com/live for our upcoming shows in London in September. We're going to have live stream tickets available there soon, maybe even now. tcgt.com/live. Check out our social media on there. We got Reddit, we got Discord, we got what else we got? Patreon.com/complete guide. You can get that hour-long ASMR of us eating. Also,
that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
New episodes,
or maybe it will.
New episodes of Books to Podcasts. I'm reading Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Influence People and Win Friends.
No, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
How to Win Friends and Influence People. What it doesn't teach is how to remember the title of a book. I'm reading that. We're doing a book club about it. Patreon.com/complete guide. You get all those episodes and the old episodes too. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tom Reynolds.
Follow me at your pal Tim.
Now, Tim, you mentioned Cheez-It Snacks Mix, and I said I don't like it, and I'll tell you why. I like Cheez-Its, but I feel like the Cheez-It Snacks Mix, they're really putting their thumb on the scale for Cheez-Its. It's got too many Cheez-Its and not enough other things in there.
Tom, why in the hell would they do that when the Cheez-It is clearly the most expensive item in that box?
No, it's not the most expensive item to them, Tim. They make it. It's free for them.
Tom, that's true. There's two different types of pretzels in there. You can't tell me that those are more cost effective than...
No, because pretzels are filler. I don't like pretzels.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that, look, you're saying there's not enough filler. Mini toasted bread slices. Those are really good, Tom.
Those are
savory
good, yeah.
Wheat squares. That's just wheat checks that they put in there.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese flavored rice balls. These rice balls are so light and crunchy, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's too many Cheez-Its in there, but it's you're getting what's on the tin. What's the thing? It's like it says on the tin.
Yeah,
except this comes in a box.
Yeah, I just would rather get Cheez-Its and just call it a day.
What do you? Well, then you don't understand snack mixes at all, Tom. Then nothing I said got through to you today. I hope my son learned more than you did today.
I think that's probably a bad influence on your son with these dangerous ideas I've put out about my snack mixes.
God, I'm glad he's left the room. I'm glad he got upset and left.
No, because here's the thing, Tim. If I'm at the store and I'm perusing the Cheez-It aisle, guess what I'm getting?
Cheez-Its, I know.
No, I'm getting the extra toasty Cheez-Its.
Oh, okay. Again, if you want a box of all the same thing, sure,
I
go
do.
for it.
What I'm saying
some
is
some of us like to live a little. Some of us embrace diversity, Tom.
I'm saying Cheez-Its are good. I don't want a box of Cheez-Its with like some generic other crap in there. I'd rather just have all Cheez-Its.
Well,
the Cheez-It Corporation should take this as a compliment.
Do you think the same thing about...
But I know I'm going to be served with a lawsuit over saying these things.
All right, Tom. Now I'm getting legitimately steamed. So I think we got to call it.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.